1925. At the frozen edge of the world, the town of Nome went silent. The wind screamed at 60 degrees below zero, freezing breath instantly. But the cold wasn't the killer. Something darker was inside the cabins. Diphtheria. The Black Death of the North, choking the children one by one. The only cure was 674 miles away, across the ice. The engines of the airplanes were frozen solid. They couldn't fly. The trains were buried. No machine could survive the storm of the century.
The governor called it a suicide mission, a death sentence for any man who tried.
So they didn't send a machine. They turned to the spirit of the wild. 20 teams, 150 dogs. A relay race against death. They passed the medicine from hand to hand, mile after mile. But the final leg, the deadliest leg, fell to a dog nobody believed in. Balto. He wasn't a racer. He was a freight dog. Slow, heavy.
I don't like the look of this.
It's not right. Not right at all.
The expert said he was too slow to outrun the storm. But his musher, Gunnar Kaasen, saw something in his eyes. A will of iron. Kaasen clipped the harness. He whispered, "Lead us home." And they ran. They charged straight into the heart of a blizzard, screaming at 80 miles per hour. The temperature dropped to minus 85. Skin froze in seconds. Kaasen couldn't see the dogs. He couldn't even see his own hand in front of his face. They were running blind on the Topkok River. The ice was shifting. One wrong step meant plunging into the black, freezing water below. Suddenly, Balto slammed on the brakes. He dug his claws into the ice. Kaasen shouted, "Hike!" demanding they move. But Balto refused. The musher crawled forward to see why, and his blood ran cold. Their feet were inches from the edge. The trail had washed away.
If Balto had listened to the human, they would all be dead.
Kaasen threw away the whip. He let go of the reins. He trusted the wolf inside the dog to find a path through the dark. Balto pulled them sideways, forging a new trail where no map existed. The wind flipped the sled! The medicine was thrown into a snowbank! Kaasen ripped off his gloves. He dug with bare hands in the dark. His fingers touched the package. The glass was still intact. But the delay had cost them. The dogs were beginning to fail. Except one. Balto kept pulling. He dragged the entire team forward. He wasn't running on muscle anymore. He was running on heart. February 2nd, 5:30 a.m. The storm began to break. In the distance, a tiny flicker of light appeared in the void.
Nome, the town was still alive.
Nome. The town was still alive. They slid down Front Street. No cheers, just the sound of exhausted breathing. The sled stopped. The dogs collapsed instantly into the snow. Kaasen fell off the sled. He didn't go to the doctor. He crawled to the front of the line, to Balto. He pulled the ice splinters from Balto's bleeding paws. "Damn fine dog," he whispered. "Damn fine dog." The serum was frozen, but it was safe. By noon, the injections began. The children started to breathe again. They had covered 53 miles in the worst storm in history. The news spread by telegraph. The world went mad for the hero dog. But Balto didn't care about fame. He just wanted to sleep. But heroes are often forgotten when the danger passes. Years later, Balto was found in a cheap sideshow, sick and neglected. But the children of America remembered him. They raised pennies to save him. He was brought to a zoo in Cleveland, given a hero's retirement. And today, if you walk through Central Park in New York, you will see him, cast in bronze, standing watch forever. Look at the words carved in stone. Endurance. Fidelity. Intelligence. He wasn't the fastest dog. He wasn't the strongest. He was simply the one who refused to stop running. In the darkest storm, he became the light. Some say he was just a dog doing a job. But ask the children of Nome. They know the truth. It wasn't instinct. It was love. From the ice of Alaska to the history books, the underdog became the wolf king. When the world says impossible, remember the freight dog with the heart of a lion. This is where legends run. Where the cold cannot kill the spirit. And where courage has a name. Subscribe to keep the history alive. Balto.